What's up, everybody? Welcome on back to the Bearden Talks. I'm your host, Disbearity, and I'm also with Worx4tips.
Hello.
And we're here today with our the 18th episode. So today we're gonna come with you guys with a couple topics here. We're gonna be talking about Kingdom Hearts 4 with the amazing reveal that was on Monday, right? Monday, something
Yep.
like that, overnight, yeah. And we're gonna be talking about the Super say or the Super, what's it called, the Sega Super concept, which is apparently rumored to be multi-plat multiple multi-platform AAA games. And then we're going to be also be talking about the PlayStation Plus subscription service, which is the counter game Xbox Game Pass. So let's go ahead and get into it with Kingdom Hearts 4. So that morning when I woke up today, I saw a friend's tweet and then he was like, "Yes, Kingdom Hearts 4." I was like, "Nah, he's lying." And I had to look it up myself. I was like, "Wait a minute. He's not lying. It's fucking Kingdom Hearts 4." I watched that entire trailer. I mean, I don't care about like the union stuff. I mean, I can always like watch that later.
Cutscene.
Yeah, I can always watch that later on or cutscenes, something like that. But man, that gameplay, that small gameplay clip that we got, but also him being a quadratum, I'm sorry, was insane. Now, what are your what give me your thoughts, tips on that, like on that entire scene there. Let me know what you think.
Well, one, Kingdom Hearts 4, it was all hype. But I did find it interesting the introduction of Quadratum. It was pretty cool that we get to see Sora in a different style,
Mhm.
like how he is in different worlds.
Now, apparently, that's because, of course, Quadratum is based on the real world, so that's why they hinted that Donald and Goofy are still looking like what they look like, which makes me feel like, what if they were Quadratum? Would they actually be a real life dog holding a keyblade?
No, he's just holding a shield.
Dude, honestly, if they do that, oh my god, like the meme potentials would be amazing.
What do you mean? We've already seen meme potentials of it. I see it every day on Twitter.
True, true. Sorry, hi, my name's Sorry. How can I help you? Sorry, getting a real time job. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he's working at McDonald's to pay off his taxes, his rent.
um, so with that shown, it looked just really amazing. And so apparently that was the early in the, well, I wouldn't call it early in the game, but it was like more so early design or something like that. So we're still probably about 2 years, maybe 3 years out to see Kingdom Hearts 4 actually like being released. And I want to say it's probably just being released on PS5, but I really hope that it's being released also on PS4 as well. I mean, that's the dream of it, but because I haven't got me a PS5 yet, so it's
I
kind
was
of
gonna
hard to
say,
get
if
one.
well, I will say, if they're gonna be doing it about like maybe 2 or 3 years, they're gonna most likely only play it on PS5. But
Now,
and also the fact that that's 3 years down the line. 3 years down the line, you could possibly have a PS5.
that is true. And hopefully by then it'll be down in pricing and like maybe it'll be cheap for everybody else to finally pick up
Yep.
without the scalpers being an issue. But that income tax is always the best place time to get it.
But
Um,
also, let's not forget it could be on PC as well.
yeah, yeah, that's another thing I'm hoping on too, if it actually, is being released on PC. But like, God, and story wise, by the way, is that Quadratum is supposed to be the afterlife of Sora's, I guess, universe or something like that. In which when people die in Quadratum, it's the opposite. So, and that's why I think Starlitzia, I think that's what her name is. She was in the stars form in Kingdom Hearts 3, if I recall. And or something like that. Or I'm trying to remember the story here. Because I know from Kingdom Hearts Union, Starlitzia, her brother is Merlixia from Organization 13. The pink haired dude.
Yep.
So and so that's really interesting to me. Um so I wonder how that's gonna play out. I mean, it makes me want to just watch the cutscenes of Union to catch up. Because I do have the entire Kingdom Hearts collection. Yeah, as you guys know, I simp for that game series. I will defend my rights for that game series. I mean, I know Tips will too. Because look at his background.
Yep.
The man, the man will defend the keys and the blades and everything. He has everything. He's ready for
Keys, the blades, the pendant.
he's ready. He's ready. See, I need to start getting merchandise. I do. I really have to start doing that myself when I have the extra funds. But
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts 4 though, it's just oh my gosh, the hype train is real. I just love that it existed, or I'm sorry, that it exists as of right now. That's the cool. That's the main thing. And
yep.
so, I mean, I'm sure I still got plenty of games to play before then. But Kingdom Hearts 4 though, that's a game, yo. what? Any more thoughts on that tip?
I will say, rest in peace to Sora's clown shoes.
Yeah, yeah. People were like, after 21 years of X, Y, and Z, they finally gave Sora real shoes.
Yep.
Well, technically, he might still have his shoes when he gets back to his real world. Technically, now
Yeah.
the possibility, by the way, of worlds in that game could be insane. I just wish and hope that Disney doesn't meddle too much within it because Kingdom Hearts 3 in certain areas was just a showcasing for freaking Frozen. And I mean, Toy Story was great. Pirates of the Caribbean was pretty okay. Um, Big Hero 6 was fine, and Monster Incorp was fine. But like for Tangled and also for Frozen, they they should have worked better on that. But that's because Disney didn't they don't want to touch their poor Disney princesses and shit. And
But also on the topic of how you were saying that he might return. Remember in the cutscene, they were like, it was saying like you can probably like do like it's like you can leave this place, but don't expect to return back to where you came from.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So that's that you're right. That's going to be a journey. You're right. Um, I'm also expecting them to do either a Marvel world, by the way. Also, maybe Star Wars. I mean, everyone's hoping for Star Wars, and so all that's going to be real interesting. That's if they again go that route. So we
That
have,
would be interesting.
so yeah, I just hope that they do everything correct. Like, please, actually make it to a great game, and also put in the Final Fantasy characters,
Please.
please. Like, the whole point of Kingdom Hearts was that it's supposed to be a mixture of Disney and freaking Final Fantasy. And last time we only got just pure freaking Disney for the most part. Other than apparently from the DLC, they showed up the Final Fantasy characters, and
Yep.
that's kind of whack.
They, the inclusion of reaction commands coming back is also going to be really good.
Yeah, yeah. Reaction Mans was pretty much out in Kingdom Hearts 3. So now that's gonna be back. That's gonna be pretty cool. Um, I just hope that they also calm down the whole Disney attraction thing too that they had in that game. Like I said, Kingdom Hearts 3
Alright.
it wasn't a bad game, but it was not the greatest Kingdom Hearts game. I mean
It
again,
wasn't at the quality of Kingdom Hearts 2, for example.
yeah, it's like a really lack back. I mean, it was really lackluster. I mean, it took them like 13 years or something. Okay, yeah, actually, no, about 13 years. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out 2015. I'm sorry, 2005 ish. And so we got an announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 2013. So, and then the game came out 2019. So yeah, about a good 15, 18 years, something like that. No, 15. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean.
To
15,
say 13.
13. Well, let me see. 13 years. You're right. Yeah, 13. There we go. So yeah, you know, can't wait.
And
Can't-
I will say this, it would be very funny because I have seen this as a meme. If like Sora just like literally goes to Square Enix headquarters and has to fight Nomura as the final boss.
yeah. Oh, and let's not forget that like Kingdom Hearts, in a sense, as of right now, especially with the inclusion of Baron Rex, by the way, is in a sense Nomura's way of bringing Final Fantasy Versus 13 into existence because he wasn't able to the first time, so he's using Kingdom Hearts to do so, and I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Um,
same here.
I am definitely all for it, especially if y'all, of course, played the Remind DLC, and that kind of gives you like a little taste of what he has to offer. And so hopefully, again, let's like I said, Disney doesn't meddle their hands too much into it, and hopefully that development goes well. And I'm definitely going to enjoy the hell out of
Yep,
it.
same. Like there's
um,
one thing that I'm really hoping to come back that was absent in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is because many people were mad about it.
hmm
The fact that there was no Sephiroth fight.
Yeah, yeah. I think majority every Kingdom Hearts game is always a Sephiroth fight. and there was nothing there. Like, honestly, nothing there. It's supposed to show us the conclusion to Sephiroth and versus, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, they both disappeared. You're like, well, shit. Will we be able to finish this off? And we never got the chance to. You know, so yeah, you are guaranteed correct on that one, Tips. Like, we really need to see that fight come out. Basically, you are right about
Yep.
that. But any last words for the Kingdom Hearts 4 release? Tips? Anything?
Um, I just really hope that the game will be really good, and looking forward to the reaction commands. Everything about it looked good so far. Looking forward to it. I am also kind of possibly looking forward to Missing Link, depending on how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. So, with that said, with Kingdom Hearts, y'all, we're going on to another special one here, which is again called the Sega Super Game Concept. So, I can give you like a small background on this, and that is with the Super Game Concept. And so, a couple years ago, they came up with concepts or with like a list of multiple games and surveys, like what do you guys want to see back? What games do you want to see coming on through, except X, Y, and Z. And so, I know that was part of that survey too, because I wanted to make sure that I was able to see Jet Set Radio Future, or at least a remake, make a comeback. And I know a lot of people put in like a couple Atlas games in there and such and so on and so forth. And so far, they actually have been making on that promise. Now, they came out with Persona 5 4 first, and then Persona 4 Arena. So those are now, as you guys know, those are just pretty much ports. But I think that's just to start, like for them to test out the waters for the most part. And so with this whole Sega Super Games concept, I'm wondering if these are going to be multiple remixes in the works. Because at first everyone thought it was going to be like a live game service thing, with like what a lot of companies are doing currently. But now it's rumor has it that it's just multiple games come out remakes and stuff like that. So what do y'all think about that? Like, how do you feel about that, Tips?
If they're porting games that haven't, seen the light of day in a while or remaking them, I'm all for it because, like you said, just with Just Array in Future, I would like to see that game come back because I have yet to play it, and you've told me that it's a really good game,
Oh,
and
I
I've
love it.
enjoyed the original on, you know, PC, and I would like to be able to, you know, try the, future games. And I've seen a little bit of it, and it looks a lot more fun than the, original.
Hmm. So
And also, it would be a great change of pace to, like, bring games, instead of it just being the usual Sonic. And
yeah,
don't get me wrong,
yep.
I do like Sonic, but like I want to see other Sega games as well.
And that's what I think of Nintendo too. Is it's pretty similar. Is that they have all these lists of IP games, but they always depend on just those like one or two characters. Sega is usually Sonic, or you. Well, for I think for Sega now, I wouldn't just say it's Sonic now, uh, but I would say it's Sonic, Total War, which is strategy, and Yakuza for the most part now.
Yep.
Those are Sega's like three most carrying. They carry the like Sega right now for the most part. I mean, Sega does have other franchises, but they don't care. They don't carry as hard as those three I just mentioned, at least in my personal opinion. And then as you know, for Nintendo, it's usually what Zelda or Mario. I mean, every once in a while, sure, they might come out with a Kirby game, which one just recently came out, and I apparently they're coming out with a rumored Donkey Kong game. But it's like for those for like Kirby, Star Fox, Donkey Kong, Samus, you see those games like maybe once a decade.
Yep.
For Mario and Zelda, you see like 2, 3 of the same, basically the same games. And in a sense, I mean, Breath of the Wild was a breath of fresh air. But I guess you say Mario Odyssey too. But for the most part, though, they're usually one of the same because we did get 3D Mario 3D World and something else. But
Yeah.
back to Sega though. Back on top of Sega, Sega they have a really good amount of franchises. I can name you guys some. Of course, they have the Golden Axe series, which people love, which can definitely see a good remake. They finally brought back the House of the Dead series. They actually remade the first game, and that recently just came out. I think for 20 to $40. I'm not for sure. I have to look that up. Then you have, of course, Jet Set Radio Future that can come back. That game has seen a game since 2004 on the
Or
original
a remake,
Xbox.
but
Or,
if I remember correctly from what I read, apparently they don't want to make a remake or another game. But it would
apparently,
be great to see
it's
Future
most
come back.
because one thing that really made Future a thing, which made it great, was the soundtrack. And the
Yep.
soundtrack had, oh my god, they were amazing. And so to get the licensing for it to make some of the to help some of the bring some of the songs back, I would say it might cost a pretty penny. And so, but if Sega can do it though, that'll be amazing. Uh,
Yep.
they also have Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi was an old school arcade. I used to play the game all the times in the arcade at skating rinks and stuff when I was a kid. Great game. They can make a 3D remake of that with modern controls and stuff. That would be amazing. Of course, everyone's most favorite game, Echo the Dolphin, the game that everybody loves. I actually played that on a computer years ago. I think it was on computer back then. I'm trying to remember if it was, but or that might have been a scuba diving game. I can't remember, but it's been since like kindergarten. Of course, you have
Let's face
Knights.
it, you have to no. Everyone's favorite Sega game is Sega Bass Fishing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they used to have a Dreamcast controller with that too. That actually looked like a fishing hook. Yeah, they did. Um, you had Nights into Dreams, Panzer Dragoon, which I think they came out with a remake of that pretty actually, maybe. Or I'm gonna think about the other game, the other Dragon game that came out. That's another. There's a couple. And of course,
Yeah.
we have Streets of Rage which came out with Streets of Rage 4. So that's great. We got to see that, and also they're bringing back some classics with the other characters. Of course, Shimu. And then we have Fantasy Star. So that's just a list of some. And I believe
Skies of Arcadia would be a good one to see
oh,
come
that
back.
that would definitely be good. I heard so many things. I haven't played it myself, but I heard a lot of good things about it.
I would love to play it, but sadly, retail prices.
Yeah, yeah. And there's what's that game called? There's Outrun. If anybody
Yep.
remember that. And also gosh, I know this is a Capcom game. I hope Capcom goes with it. I always want to say because I remember playing on the Dreamcast. That's Power Stone. Now that was a classic. You guys haven't heard of Power Stone? Great classic arena fighting game back in the day. And one last thing, which I think one last thing that this game, sadly, y'all, once the game came out, it went the development team went defunct after the game came out. But this is a classic Sega game, and it's called Toy Commander. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's a great game. Think of it like Toy Story, basically, where the kid gets he has his old toys, and then for Christmas he gets a set of new toys. And the set of new toys are basically evil, basically. And so the old toys have to fight the new toys, and it's basically vehicular combat. So that's something.
I would say, could I almost think of it like those? I can't. I forget what the game was called because it's been a while, but like I think it's like it was like an N64 game where like you were like playing with like these commando army men
Mhm.
toys. I
Sergeant's
think.
Heroes.
Oh, is that what it is? Hang on.
Yeah. Were they
I
green
think
men? If they were
I
green
need to
men,
look.
then yeah, it's Sergeant's Heroes. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Sergeant's Heroes.
Wait.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah, Sergeant Heroes are mm, mwah, best game series
Yeah,
ever.
like if I can see it something like that, then yes, definitely.
Yeah, Sergeant's Heroes is made by 3DO, which is again now defunct. I don't know who owns the rights to 3DO, but I actually have a good amount of the Army Men games in my between GOG and my Steam library. Those are very, very classics. And so, like I said, to the story with with the whole super game, right? There basically are 50 developers involved with the Super Collection, and Sega put the plan in motion back in 2019, and so they're trying to strengthen the value of the Sega IP, and so they're trying to include older games and also create new games at the same time. And so I think a healthy balance between remakes and new games and new IPs and stuff like that will be amazing for everybody, for anybody who's a gamer, um, a casual, whatever you want to call yourself. That'll be perfect. And then they're looking to have games coming out for the console, mobile market, and arcade games. And so, if that can be the case, that would be really cool. And apparently, they partnered up with Microsoft for some stuff, which could include a partnership for cloud gaming in some type of sense. And I mean, what we could see from that could be pretty interesting. Some of the games looks like they seem to be developing from Unreal Engine 5, which is recently an engine that just recently released. So I hope that I'm sorry, like I'm a Sega fan more than anything. I grew up with Sega. My family was a Sega house, so we had Sega Genesis growing up. Sadly, we lost a lot of our older classic stuff, but I do have a Sega Dreamcast back at home, and I also and really wanted to pick up a Sega Genesis Classic because again, I'm a Sega person more than I was a Nintendo person. So I hope that we could see more Sega IPs. What do you have to say about any of these tips?
I like you said, I really want to see more Sega IPs, either new or old, come back.
Hmm.
Because we've already listed a lot of the old ones, and
Hmm.
I want to also experience some of like these games that like say you grew up with, even though sadly I didn't grow up with some of them.
Yeah, yeah, because as a kid, I had every Sonic game. When I was a kid, we had the was it Sega Sonic Spinball, had
Yep.
Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3. We had physical things. I wish I knew what happened to those when growing up.
Say, well, because when you say like the Genesis Sonic games, obviously like I had those because luckily when Sega became third party and Nintendo's GameCube came out, it's like they had the Mega Collection, which had like say like one Sonic's 1, 2, 3, as well as
Mhm. Oh,
Spinball.
they had every Sonic game. Oh, we
Yeah,
also
they
had
pretty.
this. We also had a Sega Game Gear too. Don't know if I mentioned
Ooh,
that. We had. I think we lost it over the years, of course. But that thing ate up batteries. But we had Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on there and 2 on Sega Game
yeah,
Gear. And God, that thing was heavy, but it was good. I
I
mean,
would bet.
it was a good. Like the first lit up Game Boy just ate up batteries. And I think you can find some on eBay and also on Amazon somewhere. Some places sell them pretty cheap. If you ever want to go back to the classics.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like but if I wanted to play like some of the Game Gear Sonic games, I could just boot up Gems Collection.
yep, that too. That too. Now, I wonder if you could mod a Sega Game Gear because, like, yeah, I'm looking on eBay right now. You can find Sega Game Gears and stuff for like people are selling them for a little bit over $100, so it's not too bad. So maybe like you can use modern. I mean, with modern batteries, I wonder how long they would last now with modern batteries. I don't know.
Actually, a good question,
Hmm.
considering the fact that you said that they fucking like ate it like monsters.
Yeah, you have to have 6 AAA batteries on that thing. Six, not triple. I'm sorry, double A. So yeah,
As I say, six AAA. Dang.
yeah, so AAA that would be eaten up in like 5 seconds, literally.
It's
Uh,
just like compared to like the Game Boy, which like obviously, if I remember correctly, that thing actually also ate batteries, but that was four instead of six.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I was gonna say, wait, was it four or was I mistaken?
For the Game Boy, it was two. For the Game Boy,
Yeah,
it
the
was four.
original Game
It was
Boy.
four. It was 4.
All right.
Because we had the purple translucent Game Boy when I was a kid. But yeah, I mean, do we have any last words for the Sega? For the Sega?
I just really hope that all these old IPs get get in the spotlight again.
Hmm. I hope so too. That's the prayer of things. And last but not least, another major one. The new PlayStation Plus. Let's call it Game Pass. Okay, comes out real soon in June. So I think this is probably Sony's worst attempt to copy somebody other than Nintendo. Okay, in my personal opinion. So the new PlayStation Plus launches in June with over 700 games and to add more to PlayStation Plus. So while looking at this, we were in awe about the choices that they made. So looking here, the PlayStation Plus Essentials, of course. I need to I'm probably going to show you guys this on screen at a certain point. But the first off, the benefits are basically the first tier, which is called PlayStation Plus Essential, is basically just normal PlayStation Plus. Nothing different. Nothing. It's just that's it. Okay. Prices is still going to be the same for the most part. $60 yearly. You're you're only going to get 2 games. That's it. Okay. Same stuff. So they added on another tier, which is called PlayStation Plus Extra. So the extra you can play PS4 and they'll add on 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games. Okay, now keep this in mind, right? If you don't have a PS5, there's no point for you to even get that value. Now PS4 games though could be fine, but in that tier, by the way, um, you either pay 15 bucks a month, or 40 bucks every 3 months, or $100 a year. So that adds up again. 400 of the most enjoyable PS4, PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. So again, if you don't have a PS5, you're not really getting that extra value. You're probably getting less than that, probably about $60. Again, just for like it feels like you're gonna be basically have tier one. And then last but not least, this is the one that's like gut wrenching because it's so expensive and it's gonna cost $120 a year. Okay. It'll add up an additional 340 games. So it questions you like what makes these other games interesting from the rest of the pack. Well, first off, they're going to be giving you PS3 games available via cloud streaming. As you guys know, cloud streaming, we're not there yet with the technology. I know that people are trying to do this cloud gaming BS. I'm sorry, in my opinion, we're not there yet. We don't have the latency or the internet speed to like. Well, it's really latency. Cloud streaming it's all based on how your distance are from the data center. If you're pretty far away from the data center, cloud streaming is not going to go. So what they could do is create an emulator, so where you can download the game and then run the game through an emulator. But of course, that's going to cost Sony money. So what's the cheapest way to do it? Cloud streaming. I, I just don't know what to do. Like, why are these companies doing this cloud bullshit? Okay. Now, the games that you can natively play from them, which says both for both streaming and download options, are original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP games because those were made on different engines, on a very different engine compared to the PS3. And so that's the reason why it makes it a bit easier. And so then, of course, it offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games, offering extra and premium stuff. And so then it says you can also customers can stream games using PS5, PS4, PS5, and consoles and PC. So you can stream the games to your PC. But the thing is, though, is that versus Game Pass, where all these games that you can get day one for $1 or $15 a month for both Xbox and on PC, Xbox has the better value and the better deal. Now, Tiz, I don't know how angry you feel about this, but how do you feel about it? Tell us.
I feel that like it's very stupid that it's like pretty much like you gain all these games, but sadly you have their cloud, and I don't like that just because of the fact that in a way you have to be one connected to the internet, and we both know how much that can suck because your internet could be bad.
Yep. Yep.
Two, the pricing is absurd considering the fact that you had to pay double than what you'd probably have to than the original PlayStation Plus.
Yep.
Consider the fact that with Game Pass, you could probably pay like less than but pretty much less than that because I don't remember what the price was.
Game Pass is like I think like right now it's like $1. Then you could pay for like five. I think it's like $5 to $10 for just like the PC portion, or $15 for both PC and console.
Yeah, pretty much. You're paying for a Game Pass. You're pretty much paying almost as much as you are for Nintendo's online subscription for a year,
Yeah.
which is actually, in my opinion, actually better.
Yeah. And Sony, I don't know. Sony, I think they need to go with the program. I mean, I understand that like game because the thing. Well, here's the thing with Game Pass, which people with any type of subscription service, okay, especially when it comes to games, is that it's great that you could try and play these games, you know, for like let's give myself an example. Let's say this new game comes out, like let's say Age of Empires 4, because I'm a strategy guy. We'll say I don't have the $40 to pay for it right now. Well, I could pay the dollar to test out Age of Empires, but I'm not going to constantly be on that subscription because eventually I want to actually buy this game to own it. Okay. And so that's the thing with like that's how I see Game Pass and these subscription services is that eventually I want to buy these games and not just pay yearly. Now with that said, now if we look at PlayStation here, PlayStation's like, well, it's hard enough to find PS3 games right now unless you didn't really care to look. But to like not physically own like I feel like we're basically going to be in a grim future where all these games are going to become subscription based and we're not going to be able to have physical games anymore. And that's always, I mean, that's a whole topic for another discussion, which I could definitely do. But I like I like to own my stuff, and so with this whole
Yeah,
PS3 and PSP, PS2 catalog, I mean, it sounds great, but not for $120 a year. Not for that. And I understand it's to probably cover their server costs and stuff, but I think Sony can definitely do better on that. That's just me though.
definitely.
Um, And like I said, I'm gonna have this on screen for you guys that you guys can look at this, and it's just Sony, do better, do better. Do you have any words on the closeout tips on the PlayStation Plus Premium?
No, not really. We've already seen how bad it is.
Yeah. Well, today, y'all, that is going to go ahead and end the Bear Den Talks, episode 18. I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. We try to do it at least every 2 weeks to keep up with you guys, to make sure that, see the best of the best gaming news that's out there, or even content creation. I know that we've been lacking on the content creation side of things, but we might end up going back. I know it's been said enough on it, but, we always touch on it just a little bit. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Disbearity. I'm a big bear man in town. I do content here on YouTube. Also, by the way, if you guys enjoyed this and want to help support my content even further, you could definitely consider subscribing to my Patreon. And you guys subscribing to Patreon will definitely help me out. You can subscribe to as low as $2 a month, and that definitely will help me out. If you don't think so, it definitely will. Tips, do you want to go ahead and do your closing out?
Yeah, sure. I am Worx4tips. If you guys don't know, I am a variety content streamer on Twitch. I also have a Twitter. I do say that if you are gonna, follow me on Twitter, just at least be 18 or older.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you wanted
But
to promote?
I was not really. But I also was gonna say, you say that you're the big bear in town.
Yep.
But are you a big bear that lives in a big blue house?
I would say something on that, but I'm not going to. Not for this. It's not streamed. Not video appropriate.
A disparity. Do you live in a big blue house?
You know what? For you, yes, I live in a big blue house. Yes. For just oh my gosh. But like I said, guys, definitely like this video if you haven't already. And subscribe if you enjoyed the conversation here that we had. We'll definitely hopefully see y'all in the future. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Peace out, and much love, everybody. You guys have a good one.
I
If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.